Welcome to this exploration of how to unleash your personal brain science talents in the century of artificial intelligence. We're going to look at the science, the math, and the practical strategies that will help you thrive. Let's start by understanding what makes the human brain unique compared to artificial intelligence. The human brain has 86 billion neurons with about 100 trillion synapses running on just 20 watts of power. Modern AI systems have billions of parameters and require thousands of watts. But here's the key insight. They excel at different things. Your brain has something AI struggles with: true creativity, emotional intelligence, and incredible transfer learning. You can learn a concept in one domain and apply it to completely different situations. Let's look at the mathematical foundation of how your brain learns and adapts. This is the fundamental learning equation. Delta W represents the change in synaptic weight, ETA is the learning rate, delta is the error signal, and X is the input activity. What does this equation actually mean for you? It tells us that learning happens when there's a mismatch between what you expect and what actually happens, scaled by how much attention you're paying. The learning rate ETA typically ranges from 0.01 to 0.5. Higher rates mean faster learning but less stability. Your brain automatically adjusts this based on context. This brings us to Hebbian learning, summarized as neurons that fire together wire together. This is the biological basis of all skill development. The change in connection strength between neuron I and neuron J is proportional to their simultaneous activity. Alpha is the learning rate, and AI and AJ are the activation levels. Now let's talk about practical strategy number 1. Deliberate practice with strong error signals. Let's say you want to learn programming in the age of AI. The key is not to compete with AI at memorizing syntax, but to develop deep understanding of system design. The traditional approach focused on memorization. The AI-era approach focuses on conceptual understanding and novel problem solving. Let AI handle syntax. You handle strategy. You've probably heard of the 10,000-hour rule, but in the AI era, we need to update this concept. Expertise equals quality times time times focus. E is expertise, Q is quality of practice, T is time invested, and F is focus intensity. In the AI century, quality of practice matters far more than raw hours. 1 hour of deliberate, focused practice with immediate feedback is worth 10 hours of mindless repetition. Quality can be approximated as the ratio of time spent on novel challenges versus time in your comfort zone. Push yourself into discomfort regularly. Let's do a numerical example comparing two learning approaches. Person A studies 10 hours per week, but mostly repeats easy problems. Quality factor is 0.3. Over 1 year, that's 520 hours. With focus at 0.4, their expertise score is just 62.4. Person B studies only 5 hours per week, but tackles challenging problems with full focus. Quality is 0.9. Focus is 0.9. That's 260 hours per year. Their expertise score is 210.6. More than 3 times higher with half the time investment. Strategy 2 is to leverage compound learning. Your brain's ability to combine concepts is exponential, not linear. Knowledge compounds like interest. Kn is your knowledge after n learning sessions, K0 is initial knowledge, R is the learning rate per session, and n is number of sessions. Let's say you start with baseline knowledge of 100 units and grow by 2% each focused learning session. After 365 daily sessions, your knowledge grows to over 137,000 units. That's the power of compound learning. Now you might ask, that seems unrealistic, and you're right. Real learning has diminishing returns and forgetting. A more realistic model includes exponential forgetting. Lambda is the forgetting rate. This gives us a bounded growth curve that matches reality. Strategy 3 is crucial. Develop meta-learning skills. This means learning how to learn. In the AI century, the most valuable skill isn't any specific knowledge. It's knowing what's worth learning and what to delegate to AI. Meta-learning includes pattern recognition across domains, transferability, strategic thinking, and rapid adaptation. These create lasting competitive advantage. Let's look at information efficiency, a critical concept for the modern learner. Information efficiency equals useful knowledge gained divided by time times cognitive load. IE is efficiency, U is useful knowledge, T is time, and C is cognitive load. Your goal is to maximize useful knowledge while minimizing time and cognitive load. This is where AI becomes your ally, not your competitor. Strategy 4. Embrace the human-AI collaboration model. This is the future of work and learning. You might be asking, should I be worried that AI will replace me? The answer is nuanced. AI won't replace you, but someone who effectively uses AI will. The key is to become excellent at human-AI collaboration. The optimal division: let AI handle data processing, pattern matching, routine tasks, and rapid computation. You focus on creative insight, ethical judgment, strategic design, and human connection. Let's discuss cognitive load theory and how to optimize your mental resources. Total cognitive load equals intrinsic load plus extraneous load plus germane load. CL is total load, IL is intrinsic complexity, EL is poorly designed instruction, and GL is deep processing. Intrinsic load is the inherent difficulty of what you're learning. You can't eliminate this, but you can manage it through chunking. Extraneous load is wasted effort from poor learning design. Use AI to minimize this by getting clear explanations and removing distractions. Germane load is the productive mental effort that builds real understanding. Maximize this by engaging deeply with core concepts. An optimal learning session minimizes extraneous load and maximizes germane load. Aim for this ratio in your study sessions. Strategy 5. Use scientifically proven spaced repetition for long-term retention. Memory retention follows an exponential decay. R is retention probability, E is Euler's number, T is time elapsed, and S is memory strength. The optimal review schedule is at increasing intervals. Review after 1 day, then 3 days, then 7 days, then 14 days. Each review strengthens the memory trace. Each successful recall multiplies memory strength by about 2.5. This is why active recall is so powerful. Let's calculate actual retention probabilities with and without spaced repetition. Without review, typical memory strength is about 2 days for new material. After 30 days without review, retention drops to essentially 0. You've forgotten almost everything. With spaced repetition, memory strength grows after each review. After reviews, your memory strength might reach 50 days. Now after 30 days, you still retain 55%. That's the power of spaced repetition. Strategy 6 is about building knowledge across multiple domains. This is your superpower against narrow AI. The Medici effect describes how breakthrough innovations happen at the intersection of different fields. Your brain excels at making these connections. When you combine biology, computer science, and design, you create unique innovation opportunities. AI systems are typically narrow. You can be broad and integrative. Let's quantify the value of cross-domain knowledge. The value of your knowledge is the sum of individual knowledge domains, plus the product of knowledge pairs times a creativity factor. This grows quadratically with the number of domains you understand. Let's compare a narrow specialist with a T-shaped generalist. A pure specialist has deep knowledge in one area. Their value is simply 100 units from that one domain. A T-shaped generalist has 60% depth in 3 domains. Their value is 180 from individual domains plus 108 from cross-domain synergies. Total value is 288, nearly 3 times higher. Strategy 7. Become anti-fragile. This means you get stronger from challenges and failures. Anti-fragility is the property of systems that gain from disorder and stress. Your brain can develop this property through proper training. Growth equals beta times stress minus alpha times stress squared. G is growth, S is stress level, beta is positive response coefficient, and alpha is the breakdown coefficient. There's an optimal stress level. Too little stress means no growth. Too much stress leads to breakdown. Find your sweet spot. The optimal stress level is beta divided by 2 alpha. This is where you maximize growth without risking burnout. Strategy 8 is fundamental. Optimize your brain's biological hardware through proper energy management. Your brain consumes 20% of your total energy, despite being only 2% of your body weight. This makes energy management crucial for cognitive performance. For a typical 2,000 kilocalorie diet, Your brain uses about 400 kilocalories per day. Intense mental work can push this even higher. 3 factors dramatically affect brain performance: quality sleep, regular exercise, and proper nutrition. Sleep enables memory consolidation and toxin clearance. Exercise produces BDNF and stimulates neurogenesis. Nutrition provides neurotransmitter precursors and cellular energy. Let's model cognitive performance as a function of these biological factors. Performance equals baseline times sleep factor times exercise factor times nutrition factor. P is actual performance, P0 is baseline, S is sleep quality, E is exercise level, and N is nutrition quality. Each factor can range from 0.5 for poor conditions to 1.2 for optimal conditions. In the worst case, with poor sleep, no exercise, and bad nutrition, your performance drops to just 12.5% of baseline. In the best case, with optimized sleep, exercise, and nutrition, you can achieve 172.8% of baseline performance. That's nearly a 14-fold difference. Strategy 9. Construct a personal knowledge graph. This is how you externalize and enhance your brain's associative network. Your brain doesn't store isolated facts. It stores information as richly connected networks. You can augment this with external tools. The number of possible connections grows as n times n minus 1 divided by 2. C is connections, n is number of concepts. This grows quadratically. If you understand 100 concepts, you have 950 potential connections between them. Each connection is an opportunity for insight. Insight potential grows logarithmically with connections. More connections create more opportunities for breakthrough thinking. Strategy 10. Embrace productive failure as a core learning mechanism. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's information about what doesn't work. Each failure reduces your search space for solutions. The probability of success grows with attempts. P, success, is overall success probability. P is single attempt probability, and N is number of attempts. Let's say you have a 10% chance of solving a novel problem on any single attempt. After one attempt, you have a 10% success chance. After 10 attempts, it rises to 65%. After 20 attempts, you have an 88% chance of success. The key insight: fail fast, learn from each failure, and iterate rapidly. This is how you beat AI at adaptation speed. Let's look at the future. Augmented intelligence, where human creativity meets AI capabilities. The future isn't human versus AI. It's human plus AI creating augmented intelligence. You bring strategic vision and creativity. AI brings computational power and pattern recognition. Augmented intelligence is a function of human and AI that exceeds their simple sum. The synergy creates something greater than the parts. You might be asking, what specific skills should I focus on developing? Focus on skills that are uniquely human and complementary to AI. Let me give you the top 5 human skills for the AI era. First, complex problem framing. AI is great at solving well-defined problems. You need to be great at defining which problems are worth solving. Second, ethical reasoning. A lax moral intuition. You must navigate complex value trade-offs and ethical dilemmas. Third, cross-domain synthesis. Your ability to connect ideas from different fields is uniquely human and highly valuable. Fourth, empathetic communication. Deep understanding of human needs, emotions, and motivations is crucial and hard to automate. Fifth, adaptive learning. The ability to learn new domains quickly and thrive in uncertain environments is your competitive edge. Let's apply the Pareto principle to optimize your learning strategy. The Pareto principle states that 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Identify your high-leverage learning activities. Focus on understanding core principles that transfer across contexts, not memorizing surface-level details that I can look up instantly. Let's put everything together in a compound growth model for your career. Your value over time grows exponentially if you maintain consistent growth. VT is value at time t, V0 is initial value, R is growth rate, and T is time in years. Small differences in daily growth rate lead to massive differences over decades. This is the power of compound improvement. With 5% annual growth, after 10 years, your value is 1.65 times your starting value. But with 15% annual growth, after 10 years, your value is 4.48 times your starting value. That's the difference between mediocre and excellent learning habits. Now let me give you a practical action plan you can start implementing today. Daily, dedicate at least 2 hours of focused, deep work on genuinely challenging problems. No distractions, high cognitive load. Weekly, deliberately learn one new concept from outside your primary domain. Build your cross-domain knowledge. Monthly, complete one integrative project that combines multiple skills and creates something tangible. Quarterly, step back and reflect on what's working. Update your learning strategy based on results. Finally, let's talk about the crucial mindset shift required for the AI era. You must shift from a fixed mindset that sees abilities as static to a growth mindset that sees abilities as developable through effort. Your intelligence isn't fixed. It equals initial intelligence plus the sum of effort times quality for each learning session. Shift from being a passive knowledge consumer to an active knowledge creator. Don't just learn, create, and share. Most importantly, shift from seeing AI as competition to seeing it as a powerful collaborator that amplifies your capabilities. Let me summarize your path forward in the AI century. First, leverage your brain's neuroplasticity through deliberate practice with strong feedback loops. Second, build daily habits that compound over time. Small, consistent improvements lead to exponential growth. Third, focus on meta-learning and cross-domain synthesis. These are your unique human advantages. Fourth, optimize your brain's biological hardware through sleep, exercise, and nutrition. Fifth, become excellent at human-AI collaboration. This is the future of high-value work. Remember, the century of artificial intelligence isn't about machines replacing humans. It's about creating augmented humans who combine human creativity with machine capability. Your brain's potential is not fixed. Every day, you have the opportunity to strengthen connections, build new pathways, and expand your capabilities. Start today, learn deliberately, focus on high-quality practice. Let your improvements compound daily. The future belongs to those who never stop learning.